Hi, we are going to talk about a passive aggressive boss and how to deal with this kind of personality in the workplace. The first step is recognizing a passive aggressive boss. Sometimes knowing is half the battle, and here are some of the signs. Their humor verges on hostility. Sometimes the feedback they give is unclear. They may frequently berate employees, but then compliment afterwards. This tends to leave an impression of never knowing where you stand with them. Rules may be vague or unnecessary. You never have clear direction. And when they are asked a question, they may respond in a very demeaning manner towards that employee. The repercussions of having a passive aggressive boss is it doesn't stop with one person. This toxic behavior, it spreads like wildfire in the workplace. Employees become too timid to ask questions. In meetings, there won't be any dialogues. It will strictly be a monologue. This will stifle creativity and teamwork. Overall, company morale will be low, and with all of these factors in play, high turnover is the inevitable outcome for the company. When you decide to confront a passive-aggressive boss, which is really the best thing to do, so this kind of behavior doesn't keep going, it tends to create a pattern, so you really do need to stop it in its tracks. The best way to go about that is set aside time for the involved parties. If it is you and your boss, ask to speak to them alone in an office where you don't have outside distractions. When you are talking to your boss, make sure to use statements that don't attack, as in, I feel this way about this situation, as opposed to, you make me feel this way about this situation. It will open them up and make them more receptive to the message you're trying to convey. Try to anticipate and prepare for this meeting, but remember, never stoop to their level. This is not where you want to go. You're simply trying to point something out. You do want to ask open-ended questions so that the forum remains open. Again, you want a dialogue, but make sure the question actually calls for an answer so you are getting what you want. And then be prepared for the outcome. This kind of a meeting could go really well, or it could go really badly. Be sure and realize that after this meeting, there will be a little bit of residual effects. It might be tense for a little while, and this is to be expected. It never goes completely smoothly. It may take some days or even a couple weeks, but whatever you do, don't contradict your own values. Keep your head up and work hard in the company. This will speak for itself. And always, and this is key, maintain utmost respect and professionalism with your boss. And after just surviving maybe the next few days or the next couple weeks, there is a possibility that you can flourish and thrive in the aftermath. Depending on how the meeting goes, this could be a huge monument for you and your boss and get you off to a much better relationship. Either way, even if it does go badly, you always want to concentrate on clear and concise goals, figure out what is your best path in the company and focus on that. Do remember there may be age or cultural gaps. And so maybe what you're perceiving as passive aggressive maybe is just a different way of thinking, and try to be open to that. Don't take it personally. It's not about you. Try to see it maybe from their perspective. If you have background information that could possibly be brought into the workplace with your boss. And remember, honesty with respect is always the best policy. You do need to be honest, but be very respectful because you want your job to be safe. And try to remember everything in life is temporary. For the most part, you're probably not going to have this boss for, 15 to 20 years. It could be a couple of years at most. So keep your eye on the prize and realize that you will come out better on the other end for following these steps.